Good evening. This is Police Chief AlphaStarDX at your service. Here for more Mystery Master Murder by the Dozen. Good evening, detectives.
Good evening, Chief.
That is Shadow Gadget 1918.
What?
And Penny Dory Hiko.
What?
And enough of that. Let's get going.
Alright, let's pull up the town map for myself.
Yes, after the debacle from last time where we ran out of outright leads and
Which
inferred
I think is really stupid anyway, because the psychiatrist should have had, or psychologist, should have had the prescription in his records. That was dumb.
Agreed. But to avoid any further mishaps like that, Shadow and Coma now have the map directory for the town. So now, if they need to use that as a reference of where to go next, they can. We are through 6 cases, 6 to go, and our fine detectives here have not missed a single case. So, congratulations thus far.
Thank you, Cap.
And there's one other thing that the two of you will be pleased to know. Briefings from this point forward will be considerably shorter than what you've had thus far, on the whole average. The longest I have remaining here is 8, and even that only runs about half a page, as opposed to the 2-page marathon that Case 4 was.
Oof. Yes, I remember Case 4. Do you remember Case 4, Osaka? Why are you on my lap?
Oh, that's a man. Okay. I was looking at case 7 and was like, why is there a knife sticking out of a caterpillar?
And my first look was, I thought it was a dragon or a brontosaurus.
I had no idea what it was until I saw the knife.
Well, that's a knife and a window and a guy face down.
What kind of hilt is that called, Caleb?
Curved.
It's just curved, there's no special name?
I'm sure there probably is, but I don't know it, unfortunately.
I do hope the man was pommeled.
Excuse me a moment, I'm getting a call from the director.
Oh?
Well, in the meantime, I'll look up what a curved hilt is called.
I hope the man was pommeled before the murderer walked away. If you know what I'm saying.
I don't want to know what a light has.
What?
It just automatically assumed I was asking about the curved hilt lightsaber. Lightsaber. There we go. Caleb was talking about lightsabers today, so I was like, lifesavers today, so I'm all kinds of tongue twisted.
I need to be right back.
Sure.
On a weapon.
So for those of you out there who have not joined us up to this point, the way we're presenting it is that I have all of the answers to each case ahead of time. It's kind of an honor system game. And Shadow and Coma are working together to solve each of these mysteries. Which will involve taking notes, interrogations, forensic reports, scene searches, anything you might expect in a run-of-the-mill murder mystery. Plus riveting political commentary regarding professional behavior and cheating housewives.
Thanks.
Yes, we have found each of their pet peeves up to this point. And when Shadow returns, we will continue with case number 7.
He came in here. I think he was trying to tell me something. I was going to mute myself, but he just kind of left. So I'm like, oh, okay.
Ah.
I am not finding anything. I'm fairly certain it has a special name. Although it might just be one of those things where it's just the name for it would just be curved hilt in the operative language. It's really funny, actually. A lot of the names that we give different types of swords are actually just the operative language's word for sword.
Ah.
For instance, katana is literally just the Japanese word for sword.
Mm.
How practical is a curved hilt?
I'm sure they play Settlers of Katana in Japan.
Well then. I don't know. Did they play Settlers of Catan in Japan?
I mean, maybe. They could do other parodies of our programming as well. Could you tell me how to get to Seppuku Street?
They do have Settlers of Catan in Japan.
But is it Settlers of Katana?
No.
Ah.
Well, it's not. It's not sword. It's different.
But it could be sword.
It's not though.
Ah. Sad face.
Ah. Got an apple skin stuck in my teeth.
Oh, those frustrating apple skins.
Nom, 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 nom.
Yeah, for
Caleb,
me
get
it was
your
a
butt down here.
yeah, for me it was a kernel of sweet corn.
Ah, blah.
Tastes great, but incredibly annoying to have wedged.
Mm-hmm.
So how are you fine folks out there doing tonight?
Oh, I guess I should turn on the Twitch.
Well, nobody's here so far. I'm expecting it won't be too long before Volty shows up.
Okay. Let me just pull that up. Pop out chat. Stick that there.
So what have we had so far? We've had a guy run down twice. We've had a guy overdosed and strung.
Twice, he's unlucky.
Well, yeah, that's what happened to. Yeah. We've had a guy hopped up on poison drugs and strung up by the wrists.
Mm-hmm.
We've had a guy blasted repeatedly with a handgun.
Oh, the guy who was strung up, I don't think was poisoned by drugs. I think it was the girl who was poisoned by drugs in the same case.
Well, no, case 2, the drug dealer was overdosed before he was strung up.
Okay.
Yep. And then the guy who ran the perfect super efficient bank got gunned down multiple times. And the
honestly, with the way that bank was run, somebody should have been caught with that ages ago.
Mm. And the supermodel got choked out. And the hit and run. And
Sketchy.
And the other hopping up on drugs made to look like a drowning suicide. Or an accident. One or the other, but that's not what it was. Son hated mommy dearest and things happened.
So sad.
I guess that's what happens when you cheat.
Well, she was gonna turn over a new leaf.
Potentially. Guess we'll never know. Thanks, Carl.
Thanks, Carl.
Oh, crap. You know what? Carl!
Oh my gosh, we missed that the whole time.
Yes, we did. Crap. That was an opportunity.
Oh, well. I'm about to yell at Caleb. Where's he?
Yeah, I was just about to ask. We can't proceed without his trademark humor.
Yo. I'm texting him.
Get your butt down here. If you're watching this broadcast and you can hear us, get down here, man.
I texted him yo, so maybe he'll come.
What gives, man? You's keeping us waiting.
I'm looking forward to case 9.
I see. So that's what piques your interest, eh?
Yeah. Although I am kind of interested in case 8 right now, because it just kind of looks like somebody snuck into a movie theater.
Well, the good news is you're getting both tonight.
Ta-da! Either he snuck into a movie theater, or it's just a bunch of chairs and there's a hunched over guy with a scurry mask with a knife behind him.
Look at your map and tell me if you find one of your theories potentially possible.
Let me see. There is a Twin Cinema Theaters.
Oh?
I don't see Robbie McStab's the Knife Emporium anywhere in here, so I don't think that rules out my second theory.
Well, say that one more time. Robbie
McStab's Knife Emporium.
I'm going to have to log that one for posterity. Robbie McStabs. What Emporium?
He says checking something out. What are you checking, Caleb?
Robbie McStabs. What Emporium?
Knife Emporium.
Knife Emporium. The first important note of the night.
I like how the first stab only has 1 B and then the second stab has 2 Bs.
It was funnier that way to have it inconsistent.
Hello, Osaka. Osaka has joined the stream.
Hello, Osaka.
Catcast. Cat stream.
Aw, but where's my cat?
Catcast. Catcast.
My kitty don't like being around people and probably don't like microphones either.
That's okay. Some kitties don't. Meeper's not the biggest fan of people. Actually, Osaka's not the hugest fan of people either, but she warms up to people.
Aw.
Meeper takes a longer amount of time to warm up. I don't know where she is right now. She's probably in the other room.
Knowing her, probably hiding somewhere dark.
She likes to sit on, because Caleb sits on the couch in the living room, and she likes to sit across the backrest behind him.
Kitties are wonderful creatures. They have their quirks, but they're wonderful creatures.
Yeah.
So, while we continue to wait, just a little preview of what's coming up next. Next week, we will be concluding this game, after which is going to be a nice long line of sequels, starting with Dark Cloud 2, led by Commodore here.
I just have to make sure it's not stuttering first, because some of the cutscenes were stuttering before. Although that could have been because of my graphics card issue that we resolved last time.
Yes. And once we begin with that game, I think we can safely expect that to run into the new year.
I think so as well.
And then following that, To the Moon has a sequel, and Shadow will be running that.
I don't know. I think it has multiple sequels. I'm not sure.
Well, that series may go for some time then.
Yes.
And then,
Papa, why are you sitting over there?
after that, this game has a sequel. 12 more cases, and here's the twist. Not necessarily murder.
Oh! What a twist!
Mystery Master Felony. There are murders, and there are other things too. So there's going to be a little more variety besides how somebody can be killed.
Is murder a felony?
I don't claim to be an expert, but I think we could safely assume that that's up there.
I don't know what the definition of a felony is. What is the definition of a felony?
Essentially,
Felony
it's
definition. A crime.
well, yes, but
A crime, typically one involving violence, regarded as more serious than a misdemeanor and usually punishable by imprisonment for more than 1 year or by death. I love this example sentence. He pleaded guilty to 6 felonies. Not a felony, not 2 felonies, 6. 6 felonies.
I would love to read the case file on that.
Okay, I mean, hey, go big or go home, I guess.
I mean, hey, once you've done one,
Once
you pop it.
There was like an interview that somebody was doing at one point, and they were like, okay, if you had to commit a crime, which one would you commit? And they were like, murder, because if you're gonna commit a crime, you might as well do the worst one.
I can make a case, not necessarily on the.
Caleb is asking to speak to me. Okay, it was definitely something that needed to be taken care of. Caleb is going to set up upstairs because it's something that needs his attention.
I see.
I have seltzer.
I have Mountain Dew.
Well, if you're gonna drink soda, you might as well drink the worst. No, I'm kidding.
Worst in terms of caffeine, perhaps, but certainly
Yeah.
not the worst in taste. But then again, you've all but sworn off of caffeine, so perspective.
Yeah.
Which reminds me, I actually do have some Twix in my bag
Ooh.
and a
Caleb
Crunch
is
bar.
absconding with the Jelly Bellies.
Oh. Has he
It's okay. He didn't abscond with the gummy bears, so
has he been doing this often?
I mean, all his life, you could argue.
There are certain flavors of every flavor beans he really ought to be careful of. That is, if he partakes in the every flavor beans.
He does not. He doesn't find those fun.
Well, that's probably good for self-preservation.
Yes. He does not find the Bean Boozled variant very fun. He just likes to enjoy his sweets. He doesn't like to. He's not a big fan of self-punishment like that.
He doesn't like having to flip a coin.
Exactly.
Ah. Would he instead prefer to roll a d2?
He would instead prefer to have a decided outcome where he knows what he's putting into his mouth.
Oh, I see. He's one of those. He likes his 100s and nothing more.
Yes.
Aha.
Hey, it's not cheating. It's just manipulating the probability.
I call shenanigans in the form of metagaming.
Well, I mean, if you're going to probability manipulate, you might as well do it for the things that you're putting in your mouth.
Fair.
Okay, he just went upstairs, so he should be set up fairly soon.
Okay. Well, the good news is, again, shorter briefings.
Yeah.
So it'll give us more time back and basically even it out.
Oh, good. It's hard writing notes on those briefings.
Well, to be fair, real detectives probably have it worse.
Well, the thing is, with briefings, it's usually like when the detectives go there, they're given a briefing. It's not like they have to have zero information from the get-go. They're kind of given a briefing, and then they're like, okay, now I need to find information from here. It's not like, I have this one document, and you can't have it, so you have to take notes on it.
Well, the only reason I don't give you guys the manual is it kind of tears apart the novelty.
Well, then. I see how it is.
I could do that, but then I could just leave, take the night off, and you guys run the whole show. It's not perfect, I'll grant it that, but...
He just came back down again, so I think he was getting something else, so he should theoretically be set up soon.
So during filming today, we were doing a lot of walking back and forth between sets. And I wound up getting people on a Disney kick.
Oh.
Yeah, as we were walking from the gym to outside the sanctuary, I was going like, for a long time we've been marching off to battle.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
And then Haley and I started the last verse where of a girl back home was unlike any other. And the only girl who'd love him is his mother. The R-timey Disney heads were in with us. Made me so happy.
Hurry up, Caleb. It's almost 7:40. I was about to say it's almost 7:30, but it's like, oh no, it's past 7:30.
You know, we've been in a just chatting phase for about 25 minutes now. Which is honestly okay because as you look at other streamers out there that do the same thing and or have a screen where they count down from like 15 minutes or whatever just to give people time to show up. Not typically not typically how I do things, but then again, I'm not doing this for numbers or popularity, so what is it? What's it matter?
Just for the lulz.
Exactly. So what's it matter? Still not a bad thing though. Maybe somebody out there will find some entertainment in Disney songs and cats and stuff.
Yeah.
Or combine both. The Aristocats.
Heh. Osaka. She's ignoring me.
Aw.
She's sitting on the bed facing away from me.
Aw.
I'm going to poke her.
Well, that's not. Well, that's not nice. How would you feel if she did that to you?
Honestly, that might be funny.
Probably would.
Boop.
I mean the thing stopping me from doing that to my cat is the fact that I don't need any more scratch marks.
Yeah, your cat's kinda not tolerant.
Yeah. And yet a certain somebody seems to enjoy testing that every time she's over here.
I don't touch her, I just call her fat.
I didn't say touch her, I said test her.
Aw, fat cats are cute though.
They are. They are.
I wasn't calling you fat, Osaka. She's got her ears back.
Osaka's
I do call her
not.
fat.
Is Osaka fat?
She has a tendency to overeat.
Ah.
She is a bit rounder than she should be.
Rounder. My cat used to like flopping down. As if she was trying to do a forward somersault, but then just ends up landing on her side.
It's like, well, there's my life now.
Hello, I'm back.
Hello. Is everything stable?
Yeah.
Very good, very good. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this session of just chatting with Alpha and Coma. Now then, let's get to business. Case number 7. Theo DeMarcus, undercover cop.
Also known as the Caterpillar.
A call comes into homicide at 11:10 in the morning. Theo DeMarcus, an undercover cop working out of robbery, has been stabbed to death in a confessional at the Church of St. Peter. And that is quite literally the briefing.
Well then.
Okay. Cool.
So, initial call 11:10 a.m.
Right.
I guess we don't have a time of death established yet.
No, we don't seem to have quite literally anything established.
Okay. Name the murderer, name the motive, and one piece of evidence that proves your case. Okay, so
That's
standard
it.
fare.
Yep.
Alright, so... name of victim?
Theo DeMarcus.
Venus de Milo.
DeMarcus. And he is one of our undercover boys.
Okay. That's a shame. But when was the body called in?
11:10 a.m.
Okay.
His department was robbery, if that means anything to you. And you got that there, okay.
Hold up. Can you read that briefing one more time?
A call comes into homicide at 11:10 in the morning. Theo DeMarcus, an undercover cop working out of robbery, has been stabbed to death in a confessional at the Church of St. Peter.
Okay, so we need to know where the pastor is, first of all. Because from what I know about confessionals, it's not like an open area. It's an enclosed space.
That's correct. And Church of St. Peter is location BB.
All right.
It has been
literally all we know. We might as well get started then.
Indeed. So we start at the church. The photographer is taking pictures.
Okay.
Here are your choices. And
here we go. Talk to Fallen Ground.
All right. Here we go. He entered the confessional and said, "Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned."
Okay.
I heard a soft click. Somebody said something, then a grunt or sigh. I asked him to go on, but he didn't answer.
A click.
Do you care to tell us what was said? After a few moments, I thought I heard a groan. I slid open the grate to see if anything was wrong.
Do we go over those again?
Sure. Starting from the left side. He entered the confessional and said, "Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned." I heard a soft click. Somebody said something, then a grunt or sigh. I asked him to go on, but he didn't answer.
Okay.
After a few moments, I thought I heard a groan. I slid open the grate to see if anything was wrong.
Okay.
This seems fishy to me. So logically, the time of death would have to have been
Okay.
almost exactly when it was reported then.
Pretty close.
You'd think we're talking broad daylight
see.
here. And somebody was there to catch on to something. I found the
I find it interesting that he had the grate closed at first, because the point of confession is to remove the aspect of shame from the situation. So it usually the pastor needs to at least know who you are. For it sometime. I'm pretty sure. That's why they have the little slidey thing.
I've never been to a Catholic church. Maybe someone who's more experienced in that could tell me.
Among the horror stories I've heard, I believe that is correct.
Okay.
I found the poor soul dead, stabbed through the heart.
Someone needs to tell the artist because they seem to have stabbed him in the back.
You can reach the heart through
Well,
the back.
That's true. With a deep enough blade.
I'm more impressed that he groaned after being stabbed in the heart.
And the last one is nothing.
So, Robin, you compared this to Midsummer Murders
I did.
before. In which case, my accusation is it's definitely the pastor.
Who's clicking?
Me.
Stop clicking.
I have to open my jelly beans. Okay. Okay.
I think we should examine the confessional booth.
Yeah.
Seems all the sensible.
You find a dead body.
DeMarcus's fist is clutched around a small gold button with an anchor on it.
Navy issue?
Unknown.
Okay.
And the other clue I have here is nothing.
Alright, do we want to talk to people, see if they might have seen anyone else in the church?
I think that would be best, especially if we're suspecting the pastor. Having a second opinion from somebody who was there at the time would probably be a good idea.
So who do we want to look at?
Let's talk to Millicent Pierce.
I gotta do this the hard way. Okay. Well, she takes a minute to stop playing One Winged Angel on her organ to give us the following. I think I saw the whole thing. A short, fat man walked to the confessional, opened it, and leaned in. Are fat cats still cute?
Hold on.
Not when they stab people.
Okay.
I heard him say something like, "Excuse me," or "I'm sorry." Anyway, he backed out, turned, and left.
Weird. Must have just been to Robbie McStab's Knife Emporium.
A cut above the rest?
No, a stab above the rest. Haven't you been paying attention?
Me? Pay attention? I'm the chief. I don't get to pay attention.
Okay.
I think I saw him put something in his pocket as he was leaving.
Okay.
I think I'd be able to identify him if I saw him again.
Ooh.
Okay. Cool. So that's one lead. Do we want to talk to the cemetery caretaker, see if he saw anybody?
Might as well.
His testimony was damning in case number 5.
Hmm.
He identified the car.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Yeah, as far as I'm aware, the caretaker's job is to basically keep an eye on the church when nobody else is there also.
Well, the bad news is this time he is on the complete opposite of usefulness.
Alright, then there's probably no use going through the cemetery.
Probably. Do we want to examine the pulpit?
Mm. Sure.
Puppet! Wop, wop, wop.
Nothing? Alright. Okay, so the button leads me to think Navy issue.
Do we want to check the cemetery, or do we want to extrapolate and pick a place to go?
I think we should extrapolate. Let's see. Let's see here.
The warehouse the warehouse is on the sea, if I recall correctly.
Yeah. Was there any other indication that we were given?
Nope, not
As
unless
far
there's
as-
something in the cemetery.
As far as locations go, no.
I guess we should check the cemetery just to be safe then.
Alright. Unfortunately, no.
Okay. Then our only lead is the button at this point, so I think we should probably check the warehouse.
Okay. Destination?
Destination V.
Alright. I would think the loading dock boss, maybe.
Sure, let's talk to Lester Fielding. You know what else we could have extrapolated?
The fact that it says check out DeMarcus's locker.
Well, I was thinking, since he's an undercover cop, the police station might have had information on him.
Yeah, but look. DeMarcus had a locker.
Fielding had
Yeah.
nothing, by the way.
Okay.
Okay.
I just thought he might have something because he's the loading dock boss.
Uh-huh.
Do you want to check out his locker?
Yeah, I think that'd be wise.
Oh. You find some of the loot from the robbery in a parcel marked P.O. Box 660 at the post office.
The robbery. What robbery?
He must have been on a bust,
Ah.
would be my guess.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, right, because he was undercover for a robbery.
The robbery division.
Right.
Okay. Do we want to take some more looking around before we talk to some people?
I don't think it'll. If anybody else, I think we should talk to the foreman. Who's
Mr.
Ben
Falcone?
Turchek?
You want to do
We
that?
don't know.
Sure, let's talk to him.
Do we really want to know what's in Mr. Falcone's crate?
DeMarcus was a good worker. I would never have figured him for ripping us off. Is that his takeaway?
Should we talk to Ben? He might have been a coworker.
Yeah.
Oh, eggs, Benny. Sure, I've been approached. Anybody who complains about money is. Wait, what?
Huh?
I need to read that again. Sure, I've been approached. Anybody who complains about money is.
Oh, okay. So they were probably looking for dock workers that were disgruntled to help with the robbery. So this operative, short, fat man, I assume, was scouting people that he could get to do the work for him, one of which was the undercover cop.
Oh, fascinating.
Anything else?
He said if I changed my mind, I should call Bellman's garage and ask for Rodriguez.
Oh.
I don't know. I don't know if that's his real name or not.
Okay.
All right, so the location was Bellman's garage.
Let's see. Bellman's garage. Bellman's garage.
Bless you.
Thank you.
And the name when you're ready for it.
Bellman's gas. There's Bellman's gas station at W.
The location given on the clue does match that letter.
Okay.
So it's probably just a Garage station.
Good. Good. Perfect. Perfect.
Can we try that again, please?
Just a minute. Combination garage gas station.
There you go.
Okay.
Yes, Rodriguez.
I doubt we're gonna find anything else here. Do we want to take a look around?
No, I think we've got the information we need, honestly.
Do we want to stop by the police station and see if anyone's willing to talk to us about DeMarcus's work?
Honestly, I think we might be okay. If we decide we need to, we can go back and do that. But right now we have leads, so I think we should pursue that.
Okay. We have two leads here?
Bellman's garage is W, I think.
Thank you.
Double check
Yes, it
that.
is.
Yes,
And the other lead?
it is.
Voss?
And
And
you
the
got cut off there.
And the other lead,
The post office.
which is letter.
G.
Post? Yeah.
Yep.
G.
Also, in your most recent note, you have the garage as G.
Sorry.
No, where you have Bellman's garage written down. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
All right. What do?
I think we go to Bellman's garage first.
Okay.
W. Ooh, Jose Rodriguez.
I don't want to make assumptions, but I assume you want to do something.
I think we want to speak to Mr. Rodriguez.
Oh, senor. Are you ready for the most informative non-clue clue you've ever heard?
Sure.
I don't talk to cops.
Almost. I don't know about no robbery.
That's a double negative, so you do know about a robbery.
I don't know nothing about nobody knocking off no snitch, and I don't care.
Ooh, the rare triple negative. Which just goes around and becomes a negative again.
Actually, the suggestion you had for the shortest non-clue clue is actually in this book.
Yeah.
Clue number
Yeah,
one.
I know, I've heard it before.
Yeah, clue number 151. I don't talk to pigs.
Do we want to go?
Let's look in his locker.
Yeah.
That I believe was useless. Oh no. That's more of the loot from that same P.O. box.
Ha ha ha!
So,
By any chance, is Jose Rodriguez a short and fat man?
nothing has been said regarding his stature.
Maybe we should talk to his co-workers to get a description.
Do we want Johnny Carson, the Nightman, or Freddie Bellman, the owner?
Also Dayman. I guess it depends on when he works. The murder occurred during the day, so I think he would have been here during the night, although if he does work during the day, he would have had to have skipped out to do the murder.
Deo.
Misa Deo! What are you typing, Caleb?
Daylight comes shining on my home. Anyway, sorry, I'm done.
Get the loot, put it in my P.O. What? Alright, what do you think we should do, Kay?
Do you think this place is a dead end, or do you think one of these other guys might be involved?
Well, the thing is, we have a description of a short, fat man, but this game doesn't seem to like giving us descriptions of people before
Okay.
they have us interview them.
So you want to talk to these people?
Yeah, so I think his appearance might be buried in that, which is really stupid because IRL we could just kind of, look at him.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's do it. Let's talk to Johnny Carman and Freddie Bellman.
Yep.
I heard Carman first. And he's worthless.
Okay.
Notice they've been getting a bit more to the point with their clues, though.
Rodriguez has been working all day. He's already finished 5 cars since 9 this morning. And that's from Freddie.
Okay, so it's not necessarily him then. Because he has an alibi.
6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. Get up!
Okay.
So now what?
Okay, so we have an alibi for Rodriguez. We do know he was involved, but he probably wasn't the direct murderer.
Do we want to look the office over to see if we find any evidence to contradict that statement?
Yeah, let's do that.
Did you say contradict?
Contradict!
Objection! I have been on a Phoenix Wright kick lately, so...
Nice.
Ah!
Yeah, I started with the first game, and I'm up to the last case of the third game.
Was that useless then?
That was useless.
Okay.
Alright. Alright, so we're out of leads, so...
No, we're not.
Actually, no, we're not. We go to the post office.
Post office is location G.
Alrighty.
Look up ownership of a P.O. box.
Yeah, let's do that. Oh, hold on.
This should have been clue 660, and I'm very mad that it's not.
Yeah.
P.O. Box 660 is in the name of J. Mutochin. No address given.
J. Mutochin?
I may have mispronounced that. Metuchen.
Metuchen? Maybe we can look him up at the police station.
Possibility.
Because
Hold on.
if this was an undercover cop situation, he probably had tabs on all of these people, so...
Can we go through Mitchum's locker?
We can.
Alright.
Oh no, I know that number.
You recognize that number, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Yeah.
Is that a non-number?
No. 460 is the clue related to the P.O. box and some of the loot therein. And despite the use of additional numbers, there is nothing else here. So, we've now found 3 guys that have loot labeled for this box.
I guess we should interview Bo Mitchum then.
Mm-hmm. We should probably interview his coworker and
His manager, maybe.
manager to see if to see where he was.
Hey, chump, found some stuff in your locker. What gives? Somebody's been pulling your leg. I don't know the first thing about robberies or fences.
Well, your
Wait.
locker says otherwise, friend.
Hold up just a minute. Fences?
I didn't mention anything about fences.
No. But he did.
Mm-hmm.
Fences?
I don't know the first thing about robberies or fences.
Fences. Fences.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a fence.
The other 2 numbers are...
You think this Muchem guy could be the fence?
Possible.
Possum.
Alright, so...
Let's talk to Sal Tunney. He would know if his worker was... He would know when he was in.
Sally.
I will be right back.
Okay. Bo's a good worker. He hasn't so much as gone to the bathroom all day. And that's it.
Let's talk to Frank Lefkoff to see if he saw anything. I doubt it, but...
You are correct.
Okay. Hmm. Okay. Yeah, so we have at least 3 people involved. The fence is probably either Mitchum or Matuchin himself. Hmm. Interesting. I see no leads, so this might be the good time to go back to the police station.
Do we wish to wait for Robin before we make a move?
Yes.
Okay.
That way. It is not necessarily my fault if we choose to do the wrong thing. Oh, excuse me. So shooting... Yeah. Oh,
Back.
Hello.
Did we find anything else?
One potential alibi, but that's about it.
Alright. So we need to find out who this fence character is then.
uh-huh.
So, what do?
Well...
Unless we want to discover that Frank Lefkoff is the fence.
I already interviewed him.
Okay. Let's see.
Yeah, he wasn't all that helpful.
Do we want to check the police station at this point?
That's what I was thinking.
All right, then.
That will be location... N.
Mm-hmm. And I missed another opportunity. Post office. Onward to mail.
Oh no. Hey.
Oh, hey.
Shall we talk to Captain Parker?
I think that would be wise.
Oh.
Please.
New record made. 7 numbers.
Let's see how many are useful.
Indeed. And it seems as though they're only useful necessarily to a certain point. Once you get one that says no clue... Oh, right off the bat would have gotten us our first lead. Theo DeMarcus was working the warehouse undercover because they'd had a rash of robberies over.
Well, we inferred that anyway, so...
Yeah,
Hold on.
so that worked out. And I mean, we got vindication by looking through the clues there, so...
Mm-hmm.
So good job on that one, guys.
Okay.
And moving on.
Hold on. I have that right? Yes, I do. Okay.
We managed to pick up their inside man, Dennis Poplar. He'd been working over there for over 4 years.
I'm sorry, what?
We managed to pick up their inside man, Dennis Poplar. That's Poplar, like the tree.
So he doesn't work there anymore, because he wasn't there while we were.
He'd been working there over 4 years. Unless the reason he's not over there is he's currently being detained.
Okay.
And I'm going to have to do this for clue number 7. Poplar refused to cooperate. His wife has been getting a check for $600 every month while he's been in jail. Oh, hello.
He's in jail. So that's his alibi.
His wife has been getting a check for $600 every month while he's been in jail. I don't know what to think about that, guys.
Honor among thieves, maybe.
Maybe.
After all, they're recruiting men who need money. If his wife is still getting the money and he's being taken care of by the state, he has no reason to talk.
That's fair.
And every reason to shut up.
There's more.
Okay.
Theo let it be known that he needed some quick cash and wasn't too particular how he earned it. That sounds like he's dirty.
Well then.
Let it be known to who?
Yeah.
Like, is this how he infiltrated the group, or is this...
That has not been said. Word for word, it reads, Theo let it be known that he needed some quick cash and wasn't too particular how he earned it.
Okay.
Yeah, that might have been just his way of getting in with them.
That's 4 useful numbers. Is there 5? Yes, there is.
Okay.
Last week we got lucky. Bo Mitchum, a postal worker, approached him with a deal to rip off the warehouse, which is a lead we found by another method.
Right?
There's 6 useful.
Hold on. Mitchum?
Yep.
Boy, quit telling us things we already know.
Boy.
Okay.
As it turned out, they decided to cut him in on a different deal. It went down last night at Liebman's jewelry store.
Okay, there's another lead.
It looks like if we'd come here first, we would have gotten all of these at once.
Where is the jewelry store?
Jewelry store is...
There it is, J.
Yep. How about this? All 7 numbers are actually useful.
Well then.
Okay.
And the final number. Now, we still want the other 2 guys in the gang and their fence, but we want whoever killed DeMarcus more. He was a good cop.
Well, we have dirt on all of them right now, so that checks out.
Yeah, we do have the other 2 guys who had stuff in their lockers. The only thing unaccounted for by my recollection here is the fence.
We might find them at the jewelry store.
Well, we should probably check in and see if anyone has any information on Jay Matukin.
Yeah, run a
He
search.
might, if he is a criminal, he might have a history.
I believe I heard run a
Right.
search.
Yeah.
There is no record of offense named J. Matuchin.
Okay.
So, effectively, no clue.
Do we want to read the autopsy?
Yeah.
Autopsy. I do have information.
Okay.
DeMarcus was killed by a long, thin blade, probably a stiletto.
So we don't have the murder weapon currently.
No.
Wait, what?
We don't have the murder weapon currently.
Didn't the pastor say it was there?
No.
I don't
The
believe
only
he did.
indication that we had that it was there was the art, and we already know
okay.
that's kind of not.
Cool.
The pastor did say stabbed through the heart, but did
Right.
not elaborate
Didn't
as to the
specify
implement.
knife.
Correct. So the autopsy supposes a stiletto and does not give us anything besides that.
Okay.
Okay. Do we want to check the lab report?
I don't know what it would tell us.
Neither do I.
There's no chemical to look at in this instance. I think we should check out the jewelry store.
Well, hang on. Do we have any information on that button?
I thought it was.
Maybe it's from the... Yeah. It might have been an indication to the jewelry store.
I mean, maybe, but it's not. You don't buy Navy issue buttons at a jewelry store.
Do we want to talk to Lieutenant Sotomayor and Turk, see if they know anything about Mr. Matukin?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think we should just follow our lead at this point.
Okay.
All right. So what are we doing?
To Liebman's jewelry store.
Destination.
J. Do we want to talk to people before we look around, or reverse?
I think so.
All right. So what do we do?
Which was it?
Assign.
Talk to people.
Okay.
Okay.
Priority.
Let's talk to the owner first, Frida Liebman.
Okay. We lost over $6,000 worth of rings, chains, and watches.
Oof.
Which, by the way, was more than the amount of a car back then. Two cars potentially if you go like really low end.
Hold on. Lost over how much?
$6,000.
In what?
Rings, chains, and watches.
Okay.
And next up. That's it.
Okay.
Do we want to talk to the employee and the bookkeeper just in case, or?
I think so.
Okay.
Who's first?
Let's talk to Brad Phillips.
They got away with a lot of stuff. It's a good thing Mrs. Liebman is insured.
Okay.
That's it.
They.
Let's talk to Ryan.
Don't you mean you? No.
Okay, talk to Ryan. I heard about what happened. I just wish there was something I could tell you what would help.
I heard about what happened.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he said.
He's the bookkeeper.
Let's study a display case.
Hmm.
The glass is all smashed in, with all the contents taken.
Let's check the back door.
It had been expertly picked after the alarm had been disconnected.
Disconnected. So it wasn't somebody that knew the combination then.
Yeah. Hold on.
Alarm disconnected, door picked. Finesse.
Hold up.
Hmm?
Alarms aren't usually connected on the outside.
Even
No,
back,
but
even back then?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Because it says it was disconnected before the lock was picked.
Let's go over the books.
Yeah.
We're going over the books.
Yep.
A little bit of light reading. Or apparently in this case, no reading at all.
Okay.
Right, because Ryan Kelly, the bookkeeper, is in on it! My theory is that Ryan Kelly disconnected the thing before the lock was picked.
All right.
That's my theory.
So what do we do now?
We still don't have a lead on Jay Matuchin.
Would the municipal building have records on addresses and such like that?
I mean, maybe.
Looking at the list of locations, I'd say it's as good a lead as any at this moment.
Well, yeah. Let's check that out.
All right, so we're heading to the municipal building.
Yeah, that's location I. If not, then I think we should go back to the police station and fully explore it. It doesn't look like this is where we want to be.
Okay.
We've got motor vehicle records, death certificates, and an office.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Well, we know what a completely useless location looks like, but we have to do something in order to attain it.
Let's search the office.
This location is no good.
Yep. Let's
All right.
go to the police station.
What haven't we done?
We haven't read the lab report, we haven't called Lieutenant Sotomayor, we haven't called Turk. I say we call Turk.
Okay.
He's got something. The talk is, your man was taken out because someone thought he was a stoolie.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So this is my last call until you come up with some more bread.
That's withholding evidence. You're under arrest.
Also, I hear the fence you're looking for goes by the name of Butterball.
What?
I say, I hear the fence you're looking for goes by the name of Butterball. Butterball, can't you hear?
Interesting. Like what you might call a fat person.
And the last number is nothing.
So if we find the fence, we find our killer then.
It sounds that way.
It still doesn't give us a lead though.
Shall we call the lieutenant?
Sure, he's Vice though. I don't know how.
Yeah, this isn't really Vice's department, but...
Although when it was Vice's department, they didn't have anything to give us either, so...
Lieutenant Sotomayor. Hold on. Yeah. Lieutenant Sotomayor is as useless as ever.
Okay. Shall we check the lab report just in case?
I think so.
Oh, this is interesting. So 402 reads no clue, but this is a first for the game. The number after that actually holds something. So I'm glad we've been diligent in checking those. The button is the type commonly used for the sleeves of blazers.
Blazers, you say?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And it was probably ripped off the murderer's sleeve by DeMarcus when he was stabbed.
Right.
See, the anchor still indicates Navy to me. Should we look at the boutique, I guess?
Hold on.
What are the odds that the inference that I made about the button to go to the warehouse was like completely not what they were meaning?
I would say fairly good, to be honest.
Well, they shouldn't have said that there was an anchor on it then.
I mean,
I
it
know
was
my buttons.
I mean, it was a reasonable extrapolation. And it happened to work, so what's the difference?
So, who would be likely to... What are the victory conditions?
The victory conditions are...
Murder, murder weapon, evidence thereof. Or,
murder, motive, and evidence thereof.
Murder, motive, and evidence thereof.
Okay. He might have worked at a bank.
What was your suggestion, Robin?
I was saying the boutique, but I don't... That's me spitballing.
I mean...
He might have gotten a suit from the boutique.
Yeah, I was going to say the boutique would deal in matters of clothing.
Or... What is a boutique?
Basically.
It's a clothing store.
Yeah, basically. And you mentioned the bank as a potential lead?
Because I'm trying to think what sort of person would wear a blazer? The type of person who might work in a bank. Also, the type of person who might work as a lawyer. That's all I've got for the moment. So shall we check the boutique? See if they recall selling anything like that?
Is that what we're going to do?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I'm good with that. The boutique is location M.
Mm-hmm. Martha owns Martha's Boutique, apparently. Might want to make a note of that.
Yeah. What do you think, the salesperson or the owner?
I'd say salesperson.
Which one?
Let's start with Janet McCaffrey and then go to Phyllis Purdy.
We've seen both of them before in a previous case.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The boutique is useless.
Damn. Okay. Alright, let's go. Other lead.
Location. Destination. Okay.
Let's go to the Associated Bank, location E.
Robin, are you going to be okay?
What?
It's
I'm
the
good.
This is the bank we're dealing with.
As long as they've fired literally everyone.
Well, I mean, I don't think they had a reason to fire Glenda.
Yeah, Glenda was fine.
But there's a new branch manager, and wait. No. That's the same security guard.
What?
That's
Why wasn't he fired?
I almost want to make executive decision and interview him just to get Robin's reaction, but I'm not going to do that.
He's probably not gonna have anything to tell us because he's a crap security guard.
What do we do?
Are we gonna have to fire another branch manager?
We could examine someone's records.
Sure.
We might need to go back to the post office and look a little closer.
The bank is useless.
No, it's useless.
Did we look at everything in the post office?
I do not recall.
I don't think we did.
Do I get another chance to say it?
Yeah.
Onward to mail!
Can we go through the mailbags?
Okay. Whatever you
There's
were
1,000 banker buttons in there.
Whatever you were expecting to find, you don't find it.
The only other place I can think of that we would commonly find a man with a suit would be the law office.
Should we?
Yeah.
Sure. It's
Okay.
I think it's wanting us to make an inference here, and I don't know what inference they're wanting us to make.
Destination.
T. Nope, nothing.
Do we want to just walk now?
Okay.
All right. Where else? Okay.
We could go to the Garden Apartments and Sinclair Towers and just see if we can...
I don't know if that's it. Can we go through our case notes again?
Yeah.
Oh, the notes you guys have written out, or you want...
Yeah,
Okay.
just the notes we put down.
Victim Theo DeMarcus, undercover cop from robbery, found stabbed with a long, thin blade, probably a stiletto, clutching a gold anchor-shaped button in one hand. Body reported at 11:10 a.m. Scene: Church Confessional, Church of St. Peter. Father Brown claims the victim arrived for confession but didn't get to details before a click, something being said, and then a grunt or sigh followed by a groan some moments later. He asked the victim to continue between the sigh and groan, and upon hearing the groan, opened the grate and found the victim stabbed through the heart. Millicent Pierce claims to have seen an identifiable, short, round man open the confessional, say something that sounded like an apology, and then left while putting his hand, possibly with something in it, in his pocket. Possible murder suspect, short, fat man. Evidence in victim's locker, robbery loot, suggests to P.O. Box 660. Apparently the victim was suspecting of ripping off his temporary employer. Ben Turchik claims to have been approached by someone recruiting men in need of money who asked him to call Bellman's garage and ask for Rodriguez. Rodriguez claims no knowledge of robberies or murders. His locker contains more loot, probable loot, with the same address, P.O. Box. Freddie Bellman claims Jose Rodriguez was working all morning on a number of cars now finished. Matuchin's locker. Sorry.
No, yeah, that was Mitchum's locker, not Matuchin's.
Mitchum's locker. More possible loot from that. Mitchum's alibi was Sal Tunney. Possible ringleader, Jay Matuchin, owns P.O. Box 660. Report from Captain Parker. Theo DeMarcus was working...
Did we talk to everyone at the post office?
Yes.
We did.
Okay.
We didn't check the cemetery at the church. Is there anything else we didn't do?
Can't think of anything offhand.
Well, let's start at the church.
Okay.
What did we find in P.O. Box 660?
We just found who owned it.
We weren't allowed to open it?
No.
Should we go back to the post office and check the options?
We were just there. I didn't... Yeah, sure.
Yeah, nothing there.
We did all 6 of these.
Now you say back to the church?
Mm-hmm.
And the only thing we hadn't done was gone through the cemetery.
Cemetery.
Should
So
we
let's
just for all the kicks?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, nothing there.
So from there, we went to the warehouse.
Mm-hmm.
V. We didn't check out the loading dock or the shipping records.
Shall we?
Sure.
Do this. No.
Okay. We also, from here, we went to Bellman's Garage, W. Did we exhaust all our options there?
We did not check. I don't think we checked the office or the gas pumps.
Okay, let's do that.
Nothing on either front.
Hmm. Okay. Did we examine everything we could at Liebman's jewelry store?
Destination?
That's Destination J.
Yeah, we dealt with all this.
Yes, we did. Okay, so we're officially out of leads.
All right. Let me look at the location list and think of something here.
Mm-hmm. Hold on.
I believe you had a suggestion involving checking the residential buildings.
Yeah.
Hmm.
All right.
Shall we?
That's what I just said.
All right.
Okay.
Where to then? Destination.
Let's do Sinclair Towers. So far, all the bad guys have been at Sinclair Towers.
All right.
Nothing.
Do we want to do a thing here?
Doesn't look like it at this point.
Well, let's talk to the super while we're here. Hey?
Well, it's not a double 99. However, all the same, the super is useless.
Well, that indicates it's not a useless location then.
Do we want to talk to some more people here?
I guess we can try.
Okay.
Who next?
Freddie Erickson. Excuse me just a moment. Someone just pulled in, and I need to let them in.
Oh.
Caleb, you're right next to the door.
Yeah. Okay. Am I here?
Sounds like it.
Alright. Haley's back.
Yay. I've gone straight. I'm clean. If you like, check out the apartment. You won't find anything there.
I'm sorry, what?
Who?
I've gone straight. I'm clean. If you like, check out the apartment. You won't find anything here.
Well, let's talk to Tony Amici, the doorman. He might know when Freddie Erickson was...
Mr. Erickson was out all morning. He just got home about half hour ago. What next?
Check the apartment, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. Which part?
Let's check the linen closet.
And it is a loot stash with the P.O. Box 660.
Actually, no. It's nothing.
Let's check the living room.
So far, he's told the truth.
Let's check the master bedroom.
A navy blazer is hung over the back of a chair. The right sleeve is missing one of the 3 small gold buttons with an anchor on it. The remaining 2 match the one found in DeMarcus's fist.
Well, well, well. Gone straight, have we?
There's one minor problem.
What?
There's something that hasn't been established.
What?
You need 3 things: murderer, motive, and evidence. We kind of backdoored the evidence. And the murderer, for that matter.
The motive is confusing.
If you guys are feeling lucky, you could guess at the motive.
Caleb's taking notes.
Mm-hmm.
Where on earth were we supposed to find information to lead us here?
I do not know.
I can't figure it out either. And pretty soon we're going to end up breaking the game for time.
Well, the game's being stupid. Again.
Agreed. I can't figure this one out.
We're also missing the murder weapon.
Good news is the murder weapon isn't necessary to win.
Okay, so hear me out.
Uh-huh.
Let's go to the map.
Okay. Destination?
What's a better place to stash a murder weapon? The bar or the hospital?
The bar or the hospital?
I'm sorry, what?
The best place to store a murder weapon between the bar and the hospital is what was said.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out where we're supposed to go and what we're supposed to do with the information we have.
Okay.
Basically, we still don't have the murder weapon. Maybe he disposed of it in a nearby convenient place. The two closest buildings are the bar and the hospital.
Yeah, but...
You don't think that's realistic?
I don't know.
I'm out of ideas, to be honest. I know what we need, just not how to get there. I would not be against... Well, one of two things. One of which could follow the other. Take a crazy guess at the motive. Or just brute force the damn thing. This one's got me stumped too.
Let's go to the bar for now.
Alright.
Check out the bar room. Okay.
Useless location.
Right.
Hospital.
Talk to Darwin Childs.
Useless location.
Okay.
Movie theater. I mean, for...
Let's go to the movie theater. Let's talk to the cleaning man.
Nope. May as well just run backwards. Unless we have any freaking...
I don't know what they thought we were supposed to do here.
I don't know either. I am absolutely at sea here.
What?
The park? The park is a thing?
Why?
I have no idea what brings us here.
Hold on.
Go through your notes again. See if there's anything in there that even remotely indicates the park.
Nothing.
I thought not. Well, that was from Indian Brave, and he, ironically enough, says, I don't talk to pigs. Well, I think we've hit a point of surrender at this point, right? Really?
Do we want to see what all these guys say?
Well, we're going to, but... Oh.
What?
Well, never mind then.
Oh, it's only because you talked to a guy who has a overriding message.
And the timer is not going up anymore.
Okay.
Okay. The restaurant?
Sure. Ugh.
I don't know. What in the world else to do?
The apartments, nothing.
Let me go down to the map.
No.
Oh, geez, the time is going up. It stopped
The
at 11.
News Herald?
No.
Texas Construction, Inc.
L, right?
Yeah. Nothing.
What in the world were they trying to do?
The library. H.
I don't think we've been to Robux Flower Shop either.
Oh, yes, Robux Flower Shop, K.
Of course. Why didn't I think of that?
Yeah, really.
Hmm. The library, H. Nothing. To the drugstore, of course. Worth a shot. The high school?
Telcher House.
Nothing. Fenton House? Nothing.
What the hell
Quick
did they...
to the municipal building. Hi.
Vehicle records are nothing. Death certificates are nothing. You know
We are
what?
physically out of locations to go.
You know what? I'm going back to the police station. What the hell?
Hmm?
What?
We did a computer search earlier in this case, right?
Yes.
This did not come up. Is this more sophisticated than I thought it was? And that if you find something, it changes the... I was not banking on that for a game from 1983, guys. But
Okay, what do we
get
got?
this. Freddie Turkey Erickson, arrested 3 times for receiving stolen goods. 1 conviction. He served 1 6-year sentence. Now, how the hell were we supposed to get here? How would we have known about this change in data? His last known address is the Sinclair Towers, which we backdoored
No.
and brute forced.
Right.
He's 5 feet 2 inches tall and weighs 150 pounds. It's kind of heavy for a 5'2", isn't it?
I don't know, Robin?
I wouldn't think so.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'2".
How heavy are you?
We don't have to...
110.
Oh, okay.
So 40
I'm not-
pounds heavier than you.
Not that bad. I'm a stick.
Well, I was
40
going
pounds
to...
is a lot.
I was going to suggest that we don't have to go into matters of weight on the air if not wanted. Yeah, last time 340 was the only clue we were given off the computer search. No record of offense named Jay Matuchin.
Okay, so we think Freddie Erickson killed him
Well, we
for
have...
being an undercover cop. And he was gonna snitch on him?
I mean, I could have said that before.
We could have all said that before, but that's... yeah. Neither here nor there. Now we actually have something linking him to robberies.
We made a big-time brute force, though. I don't see how we could have done this naturally, because there's nothing in the manual to indicate that something might have changed.
It might have been a glitch if that occurred if we took an unconventional route.
Well, do we want to take this opportunity to see what happens in the event of a loss? Or do we want to... Well, we're going to get a 12 if we say we did it right. Like, that's not even a question.
Right. What do you think? You ready to wrap this one up?
Yeah.
All right, well, let's just do that to open the option. Okay. Murderer.
Freddie Erickson.
Evidence.
His coat.
Specifically about the coat.
That the buttons on it are the same as the one found in the victim's hand.
Good enough.
And said coat is missing a button.
Good enough. Motive.
He found out that the victim was an undercover cop and was going to snitch.
I'd give it to you on this wording. Explain Erickson's motive as protecting his gang, or warning would-be informants to keep away from the cops.
Okay.
That's honestly close enough for me, given all circumstances. But I may as well take now to document what happens on a loss.
Woof.
Perhaps on the correct window.
That's it.
Well, that message went a little bit quick for me to be able to tell. Let me see if I can lock it up real quick. Hold on. Now let's do this. Get to the phone. I'm trying to do a quickie here. And considering this was a pretty short briefing, I'm just going to do this.
Okay.
Oops.
That could have gone better.
Pause. Sorry, Detective Me, you're off the case. Your associates will continue sleuthing. And then that.
Okay.
Well, we eventually did figure it out. Now,
Woof.
one more thing left to do as I reach for my red glasses.
Okay.
Alright, first, let's zoom in. Boom, 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 boom. Theo DeMarcus was an undercover cop working out of robbery. He had been assigned to the warehouse to discover... Come on, read. Okay, let's try on my phone then, because I can't seem to read properly here.
Oh no.
Open. Turn. Theodore Marcus was an undercover cop working out of robbery. He had been assigned to the warehouse to discover who was responsible for the large number of thefts there. He was approached by a gang member when he let it be known that he needed money and wasn't too particular about how he made it. As it turned out, the gang's next job was going to be at Lehman's jewelry store, not at the warehouse. Because he didn't trust DeMarcus, Rodriguez decided to follow him after the robbery to see what he did. Rodriguez overheard DeMarcus tell Captain Parker of robbery from a phone booth. DeMarcus set up a meeting in front of St. Peter's after services the next day. Rodriguez figured him for a police informer and told the ringleader of the gang, Freddie Erickson, everything he had learned. That bothers me. How were we supposed to get there?
I don't know.
Well, I suppose we can only hope that the next case, which... Where did you say it was taking place, Robin?
What?
The next case.
Robbie Robbie McStabberson. No. Robbie McStabs Knife Emporium.
That was this case. Where's the next case? Number 8.
It looks to be at the movie theater.
Yes, that one. That's where I was going with that.
I said it could be a guy in a movie theater, or it could be just a guy with
Oh, okay.
a man hunched over with a knife.
Oh, yeah. Okay, got it. Well, it is not at Robbie McStab's Knife Emporium. It is indeed at the Twin Cinema Theaters.
Alrighty.
Case number 8. Walter Kent, gangster.
Would you like to take notes for this one?
Alright.
Okay, let's begin. If I say BRB, would anybody complain? Never mind. A call came into homicide at 10:45 last night. A man identified as Walter Kent had been found shot to death in the Twin Cinema Theaters. Notes left by the night shift contain the following facts. Walter Kent had been recently released from prison. He had been set up by then Sergeant Raphael Sotomayor, who was promoted to lieutenant following the conviction. According to Kent's associates, bodyguards, Kent had a weakness for gangster films, so when the theater had a special showing of James Cagney's White Heat, he was there alone. He had refused to let his associates, bodyguards, come to the movie with him. Sometime around 9 p.m., during a noisy running gun battle scene, someone shot 4 bullets into Kent, one of which shattered his watch. The projectionist confirmed that there was a loud gunfight on screen at 9. No one was aware that Kent had been killed until after the theater had emptied out. Both the lab and Dr. Coswell promised to have their reports ready to read as soon as possible. To win, you need only do one thing. Name who did it. You don't need motive. You don't need evidence. Just who. And we'll be starting at the police station.
Okay, what's the guy's name? Kent?
Walter Kent. 2 first names.
Okay, Walter Kent. Was there anybody else?
Nobody identified. This is at the Twin Cinema Theaters, location X.
Okay.
Well,
Hmm.
we have that on our map, so we don't need to write that down.
Kent had recently been released to prison.
Okay.
He was sent up by Sergeant Raphael Sotomayor, promoted to the useless lieutenant we know and love, following the conviction. Kent apparently had a weakness for gangster films, according to his bodyguards. So, when the theater had the special showing of James Cagney's White Heat, he was there alone. The bodyguards were not with him. Sometime around 9 p.m., someone shot 4 bullets into Kent, one of which shattered his watch. So, important points. 4 bullets in him, 1 hit the watch. Oh, you know what? I know where this movie theater is. It's in Colorado.
Hmm.
Projectionists confirmed that there was a loud gunfight on screen at that time, which masked the killing very nicely, apparently, because nobody was aware he was dead until the theater was empty.
How many people were in this theater?
No idea. Doesn't say. And the lab and the coroner have both promised their reports to us ASAP.
Okay.
Any further questions?
I think that's good.
Okay. The case begins at the police station the next morning. Here are your choices. And
So I guess since we're
begin.
here, we can check the autopsy, right?
Let's check for it. Oh, interesting. It said autopsy report not ready and did not count against our time.
Huh.
Oh,
That's interesting.
right. So I guess we should talk to Lieutenant Sotomayor.
Okay. This is your mess. You clean it up.
Excuse me?
That's what I was saying to what I'd say to Lieutenant Sotomayor.
Okay, I thought he was saying it to us, and I was like, "Buscuse?"
I can see how you would interpret that. No, actually, he says, Kent started with a small numbers operation. He soon branched out into loan sharking and selling protection to local merchants.
Industrious.
When I sent him up, he gave his bone breaker, Wee Willie Nelson, the loan sharking operation.
Okay.
Wee Willie Nelson?
Wee Willie Nelson. As it sounds. Yeah, there's going to be a few POIs here. His big brain, Perry Olson, that's Olson, and Perry as in Perry Mason. His big brain, Perry Olson, got the numbers, and Von Viper Roselli, Rozzeli, got the protection racket. Von Viper Roselli.
Okay.
He got 10 to 15 in Attica. It figures they let him out in 8.
So do we know where any of these people are?
Not aside from what Sotomayor just said.
Well, he didn't really give any indication of where they were. He just said, like, oh, they're out and around.
and what they're doing within the operation now.
Right. Or at least what they were doing within the operation.
Mm-hmm. What do?
Maybe a computer search would give us addresses.
Good idea. Oh, it might just have.
William Willie Nelson. 14 arrests, 3 convictions, 2 for assault, 1 for extortion, 6 feet, 3 inches tall, 250 pounds, and a partridge in a pear tree. So yeah, convictions are 3 for 14.
Okay, so he's dangerous.
2 for assault, 1 extortion, 6'3", 250.
But we knew that already.
Yeah, he's a big dude. And
No address?
no address. Perry Olson, CPA. No arrests. Suspected numbers king. Sergeant in U.S. Army in Korea.
So he's in... excuse me. So he was in Korea.
Yes, his service record indicates. I have a little tangent to go with this next clue, actually.
Never arrested Korea veteran. Okay.
Von Viper Roselli. No arrest. Has a reputation for being smart and mean. Suspected of extorting protection money from local merchants. Do you guys ever watch Freakazoid growing up?
Marginally.
Marginally?
No.
Okay. Well, on it there was a villain who does something similar to that and called it Oops Insurance. Where if you don't pay his premiums, he'll knock stuff over, breaking it, and then just say, oops. Basically, pay my premiums or get stuff broken. Pretty standard. And finally, Roselli lives at the Garden Apartments.
Hey, okay, we got a lead.
Well, we got one locational lead out of that.
What?
The Garden Apartments. Where Roselli be living.
Okay. So we have an address for only one of these people.
Correct. What more would we like to do here?
Did we spend any time?
Approximately 20 minutes at this point.
Alright. So probably not yet.
We can try it and it won't incur a time penalty.
Okay.
Yeah, still not ready. Oh, 35 minutes.
What? Lies!
I was probably mistaken in the time passed. I know it was 15 when we were talking to Sotomayor. It might have been 20 for the search. So we can do some more talking if we want to kill more time, or...
We can follow the Garden Apartments lead.
Okay.
Does that sound reasonable, Kay?
I think that's a good idea.
Okay.
Okay. Destination?
Let's see. Garden Apartments is Q. Hello,
Hello, Mr. Roselli.
Hello, hello. I heard Walter was killed sometime around 9 last night. By then, I was already having a late dinner at Restaurant on the Park.
Okay.
Hmm.
Claims he was having dinner at 9 p.m. Check alibi.
I must have arrived around 8:15. I had the day's special, beef Wellington.
Ooh, that'll okay. Beef Wellington special at the restaurant.
You guys ever have beef Wellington?
Don't think so.
It's basically filet steak coated with pate or puff pastry.
Hmm.
It's actually quite good.
Sounds like extras on a steak to me.
I mean, I wasn't complaining at the time I was eating it, so. And the last one is nothing. 47
Alright.
minutes have passed.
Hmm. Any input, Kay?
Eh, boo, 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 boo.
I mean, we've checked to make sure that he hasn't hid the gun anywhere, right?
We have not done anything besides interview him at this point.
Should we check his apartment then? Do you
Yeah, I
want to check
think
it?
so.
Okay.
The only thing we can't really check his apartment though, because the only thing we can check are the coats in the entrance closet, the car in the carport, and the bathroom.
Hmm. Still, he might have stashed it there. It's doubtful. Do you think it's worth checking?
Sure, go for it.
Priority?
Okay.
Caleb.
Let's check his coat.
Yes, well. There is a red ticket stub from the Twin Cinema Theaters in one pocket.
Mm.
But that's all. An hour or two have passed.
Alright, I guess we should check the thing now.
You mean back at our place of employment?
Yeah. That.
It is available.
Okay.
Kent was shot with a .22 caliber.
Okay.
Okay.
And that's all. What else do we want?
Well, We do want to check his alibi, and eventually we want to check out that red ticket stub, but I think we better check out his alibi first.
Okay.
Okay,
So
to the
we're-
restaurant.
Destination?
The restaurant.
The restaurant is R.
Energize.
Okay.
Guess we can talk to the waitress.
This case seems to have a thing for bathrooms, I notice.
Yeah.
Mr. Roselli is one of our regulars, but I don't remember seeing him last night.
I think we need to examine the menu to see what the special
Of
for
course.
last night was.
Of course, I went off duty at 9, and he might have come in after I left.
Well, he claims he was at the restaurant at 8:15.
That's a contradiction. Now, what do we want to do?
I want to look at the menu.
Yeah, I'm kind of hungry myself. Last night's special was... beef Wellington.
Okay.
Makes sense.
But
that
she
checks
says
out.
she doesn't. But the waitress said she didn't see him there. And she left at 9. And he says he entered the restaurant at 8:15.
That sounds like a contradiction, doesn't it?
It does.
There's only one word for that.
Vicious.
Mm-hmm.
Should we talk to the cashier? What do you think, Kay?
I think the cashier might be worth talking to.
Surely she would know one of the regulars, right?
Excuse me.
Oh, sure. Mr. Roselli was here last night, but I don't know what time he got here.
Okay.
Me thinks he got here a bit later than he claims.
Wait a minute. It must have been after 9 because Brenda, one of his regular waitresses, had already left.
Yep.
And she didn't even see him. I think we need to look into that ticket stub.
Oh, do we now? Okay.
I think we need to go to the movie theater.
Destination?
What do we need to establish again?
Well, he's had a red ticket stub in his pocket, and we know from the previous case that we can check what days had what color ticket stubs.
You're asking for the win conditions, Caleb?
Yeah.
Who?
Just the murderer, I'm pretty sure.
Correct. All
Yeah,
you need
so-
is the name.
So we need to go to X. Check the ticket color for last night.
And the ticket color is?
Red.
Oh,
Last night's tickets were red.
I'm scaring my cat.
I guess so.
So,
It's Von Roselli.
he was
Are you making that an
definitely
official declaration?
here.
Well, I mean,
You can if you want. I just have to do another thing to trigger the thing.
what do you think, Kay? Wait! Go back to the restaurant!
Go back to the restaurant?
Go back to the restaurant and search the men's bathroom.
All right.
Search the men's room!
I'm not entirely sure what you were expecting to find here, but potentially, thankfully, they all say no clue.
Oh,
What did you think? Oh, you
I was
thought the
thinking
gun
he
was
might
there?
have. I was thinking he might have stashed the gun there.
So, would you like to Because you sound very convinced, would you like to shoot from the hip and declare an official case?
Well, he places himself at the scene of the murder at the time in question, and he can't. His alibi doesn't speak for his location where he said he was, and the fact that he's lying indicates something. And we don't have a bead on anybody, any of the other guys.
So what do you think we do?
What do you think, Kay?
We just need to nail the name of the murderer, right?
Yep,
We're out of leads.
it seems like it. Unless we want to talk to the chef.
Why not? Let's talk to the chef.
You want to talk to the chef?
The
Talk
chef.
to the chef.
Well, the chef ain't a useful man.
Alright. What do you think, Kay? Is it just Roselli?
I am willing to accuse Roselli if we are out of leads and
Bless
Have you been paying attention?
let's see. Sorry, I'm just going over the notes again. I don't see any other leads. This guy was at the scene when he said he wasn't. We don't need any evidence. We just need to name him. So, yeah, you know what? Let's risk it.
All right, so
One case went far too long. Let's wrap this one up shortly.
okay, for the official record, name him.
Von Viper Roselli.
Yep.
Yay. Wow, that was real fast.
And I mean, there really wasn't much to be done here.
Uh-huh.
So let's see. Let's see how we rank this time.
Whew.
Okay. First-rate detective. You solved this case in very good time. You were thorough and methodical. A credit to the force.
Yay!
Whew.
Name Von Viper Roselli or any of his aliases as the murder. Aliases, eh?
Alias.
Guess he has aliases.
Well, let's
What
see.
aliases does he have?
Yes, let's see if the story record says anything about this. Because we really didn't even need an alias, did we?
Yeah.
He was just under his own name.
More or less.
Unless he was all of these people at once.
Ugh. Excuse me.
All three of Kent's underlings resented his trying to take back what they had held for 8 years. Come on, stop with the lighting. I will turn the light down when I want to turn the light down. Thank you.
Okay.
Viper Roselli. Viper Roselli decided to act. He knew that Kent, Lord... Can't even recognize this name. Oh. He knew that Kent loved his Cagney movies, so when he saw that White Heat was going to be shown, he knew Kent would be there. Viper got to the theater early and went in the back. He waited until Kent came in, then moved to a seat in Kent's row, but off to the side. When the movie's gun battle started, Viper stood up and walked along the road toward Kent as if he were leaving. Reaching Kent, Roselli shot him four times, continued to the center aisle, and left. He was long gone by the time Kent's body was discovered. So, he got killed by an old enemy.
Alright.
And it said absolutely nothing about any other alias.
Weird.
So, I'm going to metagame for a moment and see if I can find any clues regarding an alias.
Okay.
Cool.
Let's see.
That was a nice, easy one.
Yes. Now we get to do the car explosion one.
We
Oh,
will.
is that what that is? I thought that was a car that had blood pouring out from the top like a volcano.
Oh dear. Caleb,
Yes.
what kind of a case do you think this is?
Well, you remember the first official case in LA Noire?
Oh yeah, that case.
Where it looked like someone had literally exploded inside the car?
Kaboom.
Yeah. It's actually the first clue in the case. The amount of blood in the car is ludicrous.
Alright.
Ludicrous speed.
There is nothing to indicate an alias. I don't know what the briefing was talking about, or rather the answer.
Huh.
Weird.
Maybe it's like, if they just call him the Viper, it's okay.
That's true. Maybe that's the case.
Maybe. Alright. I'm going to take a quick restroom break. When we return, case number 9.
Okay.
Okay.
Car explosion.
Explosions. Explosions, explosions, explosions.
Dun dun dun
Probably not very
dun
fun.
dun 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 dun. Da 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 da. Sorry.
No, it's fine. You're avoiding copyright. Oh, so much fun. Oof.
How goes the upstairs life, fam?
Haley's back. Javi's not. So I'm sweating a little bit.
Why are you sweating a little bit?
I don't know. I've been warm all day. It's quite strange. Oof. Oh dear. Oof. So, has your day been good so far? Would you say your day's been good so far?
I think so.
Yay. That is good.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's reset this.
All right.
Let's go up here. Case number 9. Wendy Fletcher, barmaid.
Alrighty.
It's Caleb's turn to take notes.
A call came into homicide at 1:10 a.m. Wendy Fletcher, barmaid at Guanciale's bar, was on her way home after the bar had closed. When she started her car, it exploded, killing her. When the detectives working the night shift arrived at the scene, they found that Guanciale had received a note slipped under the door of the bar that said, "Vince, sooner or later, everyone thinks about retiring, even bookies. Think about it. Remember, it could have been you."
Okay, so her murder was a threat against Vince.
Apparently.
So for your benefit,
So we just need to identify the murderer again.
that's right. So for your benefit, I'm going to give you this, since I can just copy it out of the book.
Okay.
That's essentially it. We've been given nothing else.
Right.
We begin at the police station.
Okay.
Here are your options. Begin.
Alright. Well, is it worth going through all this, or is anyone gonna have anything for us, do you think?
Probably not within the first hour, if history indicates.
Well, we're meant to look for something first. Because we can't just change locations.
Actually, we can.
Oh, we can?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, so let's go to the bar, AA, and speak to Vince.
Okay, just give me one moment here.
Well, this clue won't give any forensic information, so I'm just going to say it. I have a few ideas on who might have been responsible. Of course, I never figured any of them were this crazy.
Well, obviously they are, so why don't you hand over their names?
Anyway, I'm not going to start naming names. Find them out for yourself.
Excuse me, that's obstruction of justice. You are under arrest.
Find them out for yourself. That's what they pay you for.
Yeah, from people like you. Funded by viewers like you. Arrest him. He's obstructing justice.
Viewers like you. Why are you
So,
bringing
we'll
public
take him in,
television
and
into
we'll,
this?
Yeah. Ay, ay, ay.
Arrest him.
What did Seppuku Street ever do to you?
He's withholding evidence.
He is, so let me tell you how it will go. We arrest him as a material witness. He stays silent until he makes bail with all the money he has as a bookie. Then he leaves.
Well, what else are we up to?
Alrighty.
Well, you know this can't be good for business. People are not going to want to work here, I would think.
Yeah.
But being that there are people that do work here, do you think it's worth talking to them?
I mean, probably. We need some kind of
Yeah.
lead at this point.
All right, so what are we going to do?
Let's talk to the let's talk to the bartender, Sal Medlina. Oh, he has information.
She was a good kid. A little tough on art, her ex, maybe. But solid, you know?
Ding, ding, ding.
Hmm? Did you, find something out of that?
He's writing stuff down.
Okay.
Okay. It's funny. I
Arthur.
introduced her to Art. He used to come in all the time until the divorce. He's a heck of a nice guy. You wonder why two nice people like that end up divorced. A real shame.
You don't say.
Jeez. I can't believe anybody would want to move in on Vince so bad he'd start blowing people up. Innocent people. It's crazy.
Uh-huh.
30 minutes have passed.
Do we just want to say it's Art? Probably not.
Well,
I don't think so.
Well, you're gonna need a full name, like with any other murderer we've had thus far.
Well, Art is probably short for Arthur, so we just need a last name.
What do? 30 minutes have passed.
Arthur Fletcher. No, anyway. Let's talk to the new barmaid. Whoa.
Jeez.
Hmm?
Just a lot of numbers.
Poor Wendy. Things were finally beginning to go right for her. Ever since she hired Ronald Williams as her lawyer.
Oh?
He got her divorced from that creep, Art. He works for Texas Construction. Don't know what he does there.
Okay, hold on just a moment.
Sure.
And that is location L.
Which location do you... Yeah, okay, good. Don't forget to draw the location from the lawyer.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And she'd just been awarded custody of Risa, their 3-year-old.
Okay.
She was even thinking of going back to school, and just like that, it's all gone. And with those pieces of information, 45 minutes have passed.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Shall we take a look around, see if we can find any evidence of some sports bookkeeping?
Hmm.
That is what we're meant to be investigating, after all.
I suppose.
So we're doing what?
Looking over the books.
Mm-hmm.
The books are apparently squawky clean.
But how about his office? Is that clean?
Would you like to know?
Yes.
His office is also squawky clean.
Hmm.
An hour 20 has now passed.
Do you think it's worth it to look around the bar room?
I don't know. Guanxiao seems to keep his workspace pretty clean.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he would keep anything that would be implicating in the bar.
Fair enough.
Next.
Well, next, we're clearly going to go talk to Art.
Yes.
All right.
That'll be location L. Ah, it is Art Fletcher. I guessed it right!
I was just going to ask, how the hell did you come up with that?
Wendy Fletcher, she kept her married name.
How did you know that?
It was a guess.
Uh-huh. Well, if we want to make a crucifixion now, we have to do an action. 'Cause we can't do it off. We can't do it off of just arriving at a location.
We don't want to crucify him yet, do we?
Do we have any evidence whatsoever?
No, just my hunch.
You don't need evidence, remember?
Well, I know, but we need evidence to get it right. So,
Quick, talk to Art Fletcher.
torque to Ort Flurcher.
Kind of curt, isn't he?
I don't talk to cops.
I can't believe Wendy's dead. And killed for no good reason. An insane reason. What?
Oh?
What?
What reason is that?
Well, whatever the reason is, he ain't saying.
So, do we want to talk to Mr. Locust and Mr. Bowman to see if they can give us some information on his whereabouts?
Wait, the suggestion was what? Locust?
Yeah.
Can I make a request?
A request?
Yes. May I call him President Plague?
Sure.
So what are we doing?
Do you want to talk to them? See if we can nail the husband on this?
I don't. So wait, why would. Yeah.
Why would what?
I don't know. All we have right now is that the divorce was slightly messy. You're basically what's his face from LA Noire at this point, Caleb.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So you think the note the warning was
Might have been misleading. We don't really have anywhere to start on that.
obfuscation.
Yeah, we don't really have anywhere to start on that.
Did we want to talk to the lawyer?
We can talk to the lawyer. You think that's more worthwhile than doing anything else here?
Eh. I guess you can talk to. I think you should talk to his coworkers, because it might give some indication if he had experience with those kinds of things.
Sure, let's talk to President Plague.
President Plague.
Okay.
President Plague is a worthless butt. I'm disappointed and very, very sad. Wow.
Well, good to know.
Do we also want to talk to Bowman?
Yes, we did.
Okay. Art Fletcher is one of the best demolition men I've ever worked with. He's a real artist.
Ah!
When he's working a building site, I know he'll get the charge exactly right. I don't always agree with his choices, but he's usually right.
Ha 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 ha, we have a connection.
I just want to point out that 2 of the people that work here are named Fletcher and Bowman.
Hmm.
You know, I
Okay,
didn't
that's
notice that until now.
This is quite fun. So, do we want to examine the records, or?
By the way, can I just say you guys might want to let go of the references?
Ha
Ah!
Get out.
You opened the door.
Alright, so do we want to just claim Art Fletcher as the dude? What do you think, Kay? I love it how now that we've found some incriminating evidence, you're like, I think we need to look into this more.
See, this is what comes of a lifetime of watching silly mystery dramas. It's never the person with the evidence to support it. It's always the person that you don't expect. So it's like, this appears to be this way, so it's clearly the other way. He did it. Wait, there's evidence to support him? Never mind.
Well, if we are going to condemn somebody, I do need consensus.
We can go ahead and accuse Art Fletcher.
Okay. Oh, did I push ahead again? Yes, I did. Well, pick something to check out so we unlock the option.
Let's examine the site records.
Bowman's reports indicate that on 2 separate occasions, Fletcher used 1 stick more Tovex than Bowman thought was needed.
Okay.
So he could have claimed it was needed and then used not that much of the charge and then took it and used it on the car.
In both cases, the explosions went off as Fletcher predicted, not as Bowman expected.
Right.
It was almost as though there was one stick less than Fletcher claimed in both explosions.
Is that an actual piece of evidence?
I think it is.
No, what Andrew just said. It was almost as if he
That-
used one less. That is...
That is quite literally what 432 says. It was almost as though there was one stick less than Fletcher claimed in both explosions. That is word for word that clue.
Okay.
And that's it.
Uh-huh.
Are we doing this?
Hold on. Hold on. There. Okay. Yes, I think we're good for this.
All right. You guys know what must be done, right?
Alright, Fletcher!
It was Arthur Reed. Wait, no. Mrs. Fletcher. Mr. Fletcher killed Mrs. Fletcher. Miss Fletcher. She's not married anymore.
And I say, hey, what a wonderful time today. You're right.
Yay!
Hooray!
I mean, come on, who's fooling who here? You guys had it from the beginning.
Yeah. That's... So, out of curiosity, what would it have been? What would that ranking have been if we did accuse him when I said it was
1.
Arthur Fletcher?
1. You would have been lucky guesser.
Oh dear.
Which reads, for posterity of those who weren't here before, you took so little time solving this case, you'll be lucky if your fellow players don't decide to lynch you for cheating. So, as it turns out, we have a very good amount of extra time here, so let's metagame absolutely everything we could have found about Fart Letcher.
Yay! What have we got?
Clue number 97. I remember the case well. I awarded custody of the little girl to Mrs. Fletcher. The father seemed quite bitter and angry about it.
No kidding. Okay, anything else?
Clue number 183. Mr. Fletcher was very unhappy with the outcome of our custody suit. And from the sounds of it, that's talking with the wife.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Art Fletcher used Donald Quat as his lawyer. Donald Quat? Q-U-A-A-T.
Quad.
Donald Quat.
Quate? Quat? What a bizarre name.
We've got 2 clues that suggest Ted Buono as the murderer.
Oh?
Wendy Fletcher's car was blown up with 2 sticks of Tovex, an explosive usually used for construction. Well, there's your evidence, Ty.
Okay.
All right, now that was looking up the word Fletcher. Let's see what looking up the word Art gets me. A lot of red herrings here.
Okay.